What you need to know about the COVID-19 vaccine. COVID-19 vaccines that are granted with emergency use authorization, EUA, by the Philippine Food and Drug Administration, FDA, are considered safe and effective based on the available evidence to date. Vaccines are some of the most rigorously tested medical products today, and the COVID-19 vaccines are no different. COVID-19 vaccines cannot make you sick with COVID-19. Vaccination is an important way to protect yourself from getting severe COVID-19. How vaccines work. Vaccines mimic the virus or bacteria that cause disease and triggers the body's creation of antibodies. These antibodies will provide protection once a person is infected with the actual disease-causing virus or bacteria. Vaccines differ in their composition and how they trigger the immune response to create antibodies. These antibodies protect the body from microorganisms and serve as protection once a person gets infected with a disease. Vaccines can be inactivated, weakened, or killed copies of the whole or part of the virus or bacteria, or genetic product, like mRNA vaccines, that creates protein copies without causing disease. Does the vaccine prevent me from getting the virus? No vaccine provides 100% protection from COVID-19. It typically takes a few weeks for the body to build immunity after vaccination. That means it is possible a person could be infected with the virus that causes COVID-19 just before or just after vaccination and still get sick because the vaccine has not had enough time to provide protection. While a vaccinated person may not be completely prevented from getting infected, he will still have a reduced risk of getting severe forms of COVID-19. If more people have this reduced risk, then we can more effectively reduce it. Due to the relatively short observation period for Phase 3 trials, the actual duration of immunity that the vaccines provide is currently unknown. Do the vaccines offer protection against the new strains of COVID-19? Emerging data seem to suggest that the current vaccines protect against the new variants. However, definitive studies are still underway to determine whether the vaccines currently being used will protect against the new variants. A small in vitro study showed that antibodies from people given the BNT162b2 Pfizer vaccine were able to neutralize SARS-CoV-2 variants with the N501Y mutation. This was not the UK variant B1.1.7, which had more mutations. It seems very likely that the other vaccines will result in the same findings, based on expert opinion. Is there a need for booster shots to ensure immunity to the virus? There is currently no evidence on the need for a booster dose of the vaccine after the current 2-dose vaccine series is complete. The need for and timing of booster doses will be evaluated as further data accumulate. What is the efficacy rate of each available vaccine? At this point, only vaccine efficacy data is available since effectiveness depends on many different factors and requires a longer observation period. Further, efficacy data is only available after Phase 3 clinical trials are completed. AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. ChAdOx1S. Recombinant vaccine efficacy against symptomatic COVID-19. 14 days after second dose. 70.4%. 95% C 54.8 to 80.6%. Pfizer-BioNTech, BNT162b2. Vaccine efficacy against symptomatic COVID-19 after second dose. 94.7%. 95% C 90.3 to 97.6%. Moderna, mRNA 1273. Vaccine efficacy. 94.1%. 95% C 89.3 to 96.8%. What are the antibody level post-vaccination and how soon are these formed? Clinical trial data show that this varies per individual and that different vaccines have different durations for developing antibodies. Pfizer. 7 days after the second dose. AstraZeneca. 14 days after the second dose. Gamaleya Sputnik V. 21 days after the first dose. Moderna. 14 days after the second dose. Do vaccines have different efficacy rates with different age groups? For the vaccines already approved by Philippine FDA for emergency use, the following are the age groups in which they are allowed to be administered. Pfizer-BioNTech 16 years old and above. AstraZeneca 18 years old and above. Sinovac 18 to 59 years old. Gamaleya Sputnik V 18 years old and above. Vaccination, health protocols, discipline and prayer are what we need to curb the spread of the virus. Source: Department of Health Philippines. Please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you and God bless.